Yo guys, Coach Theo here on Common Sense. I was planning on putting out this video sooner, but then I decided to go on a little break from uploading as I returned to Sweden from Greece to, quite literally land, catch up with some people, and get some logistic stuff out of the way. But so here we are. I'm here at the end of my cut this year, and I'm just gonna talk you through the experience a little bit. So I've already put out a couple of videos about this one, initial one, like I'm cutting this way, this is what the strategy looks like, and then the update video along the way. I'll try to remember to link those at the end, but if you really want to find them, you can just go browsing the channel. But so, the big difference with my cut this year compared to every other cut I've done since I found out and started practicing prolonged fasting is that I didn't use prolonged fasting as the main driver for the weight loss. I ate in a daily deficit, as most people do when they lose weight, and did intermittent fasting only. Like I said, I go through the entire strategy more in one of the videos. I'm just going to touch on it a little bit here. Basically 16-8 intermittent fasting routine, 8-hour eating window, 3 meals. And I did it because I love prolonged fasting for many reasons, but my last time in Greece I wanted to be able to be more social, train more often, and they go hand in hand because I made some buddies I could train with there. And yeah, it just suit the situation better. And it was good because I have some clients that I put on daily deficit routines, and since I haven't done it that way in a while, it's just good to get a little reminder. And I did enjoy it. I actually got some ideas for food addicts that I'm not going to talk about now. I'm going to do a separate video, but it was interesting, and I'm very happy with the result now. And so yeah, I was very happy with, I talk about in one of the videos I know, using your calorie budget well. What I mean by that is, of course, you should always eat as healthy as possible. It's just that when you eat maintenance or more, or you're on a bulk, it's easier, you're eating more total food, so your micronutrient needs are more easily addressed. So when you go lower on food, it's very important that, if I was eating only crap, I get almost no nutrition. I get some energy, but that's it. But if I choose the best foods, I give myself the opportunity to feel the best and actually perform and make some progress still in a deficit. And also, it's like the thing being in a calorie surplus is protein sparing. So it's actually more important to keep protein high when you're on a cut. But yeah, I because I nailed it down so well, I used my calorie budget very well. I was sleeping well, doing recovery well, which mainly sleep, but stress management, of course, too, and programming my training well. I actually managed to squeeze out progress, even where not where it shouldn't be possible, but where it is notoriously difficult on a cut. Like some things. Take a weighted chin-up, for instance. It's a very rewarding exercise to do when you're losing body weight because, say they're adding 20 kilos in the belt and you weigh 90 kilos. I didn't weigh quite that much, but then you lose 5 kilos. It's going to be a huge difference even with these 20 kilos in the belt. Even if you didn't make progress, it's going to feel that way. But it's a pressing exercise. Of course, you're feeding your body less energy, but also you literally, as you lose fat, you get worse leverages. Imagine having a bunch of fat also on the chest. It's going to be bouncier and shorter range of motion, right? But even on pressing exercises, I managed to squeeze out some progress. It was just towards the very end here. I ended the cut with a fast, and after that, I could feel like I had lost a little bit of strength. So what happened was when I went home from Greece, I started a fast, and it was a difficult one because, of course, I was quite lean. I was at the end of the cut. But even though I always, when I do longer fast, I leave one day of not training hard and still eating before starting the fast, just to recover. I don't go into the fast with broken down muscle. And I did that, but I was so very active at the end. It was getting very hot. I'm, saying goodbyes, making sure to meet the people, say goodbye to every important person, do something with them, go to places, the making arrangements, packing about everything, So I was still quite exhausted at the end. And so I'm traveling home, which is also, quite exhausting with the flying. I don't like it. and I'm fasting, and I come home to just the worst weather. You know, I felt like I was leaving, I felt like I was leaving Greece at the right time because it started to get really, really hot. It was very good before then. It's nice still, but you know, in the middle of the day there, it's like, ugh. And I had last summer in mind. Like I felt like, oh, I'm going now. I'm switching over to the good Swedish summer, but it's been raining like crazy. I had last summer in mind, like I said, because Swedish summers, when they're good, they're great. You know, it's beautiful, it's green, it's nice and warm, long days, and it's not too hot. But it's not quite that summer now. First, it's literally rained. I've been home for 1 day less than a week now. It's literally rained, not constantly, but something every day. And the first few days there of the fast, it just was raining, pouring down completely. So it was a very lazy fast for me, which I had intended. I had actually made arrangements. Like I bought the latest Zelda game, you know, Tears of the Kingdom to Switch. I don't play much games, but there's certain ones I will do. And I had asked my mom to go pick it up so it would be here. So I was planning on having quite a lazy fast, but you know, I will, even if I'm doing a lazy fast, I will do something like, you know, go on one long walk or something. So to kind of like, that's the achievement of the fasting day. But it was so rainy. I just, when the sun peaked out a little bit, I went out for a little bit, but it was not much activity during those days. I did a sauna too. Great. One of the things, as a good Swede, I've been missing the cold water, you know, cold plunges and the sauna. So the sauna I did, but then I just played the Zelda game. I was so tired. I broke the fast. Oh yeah, because I was planning on putting out this video sooner. I guess I took pictures of all the meals. Now I don't. I broke it with potatoes and herring. Also like a good Swede. I've been missing my herring. Pickled herring, amazing. One more, I guess I had eggs, apple, carrot, yeah. And then later on I had some meat, probably more potatoes. And then I had my lovely protein, yogurt, honey, berry goo. I think, I know I'm putting pictures of it all here. And I didn't think too much about calories now. I'm at the end of the cut. I just wanted to, you know, refuel myself a lot. So, you know, without like binging or anything, I'm just kind of like, I'm eating a lot of the good stuff. Today, my workout the next day, I was still quite tired. My upper body workout was pretty good. And yeah, now I'm just back. Yeah, so I guess, you know, I'm not just going to talk about the cut. I guess I called the video that because I am literally at the end of the cut. But, you know, talk a little bit about the year training-wise. You know, I'd say since I started, it's been the year I've made the least, like, typical gains, like strength numbers and muscle gains, because my focus has just been different. You know, I've been experimenting a lot, like with exercises and that, but also in Greece I did stuff like I tested like how often can I fast and still make some progress, you know. So that, of course, a fast will slow down progress, but I just wanted to see, like, you know, how frequently can I fast and make progress and not completely shut it down. And I concluded that kind of, if you do a 60-hour fast, which is kind of my favorite fast. Oh, by the way, there was a 60-hour fast I did here at the end. If you do that like every 3 weeks or so, you can actually make progress if you fast on that frequency. So that would be a sort of, you know, lean gains routine with implementing prolonged fasting. Like bulk, eat a little bigger surplus than you would if you're not doing any fasting, and then every 3 weeks go on a 60-hour fast like that. But I would say I've made a bit of gains in the chest, delts, and traps mainly, which is funny. Maybe a little bit in the posterior chain muscles too. But that's kind of funny because we're probably strong body parts for me to begin with. But you know, can you really be too yoked like that? But yeah, because I didn't have a scale in Greece, I'm not quite sure. But I would say I probably weighed something like 86, 87 kilos at the start, and I ended it now at 82. So, and I've been cutting for just under 2 months. So it's not super fast, but like I said, I was I was planning on taking it slow. I could push it further now, but I'm just happy. Now I know I'm gonna put up. I probably put it up just earlier too, just to keep people around. But I like this. I would say I weigh 82 now. I'm probably 12% body fat or so, and I would say that like right around 12% there is like the sweet spot for the non-competing natural bodybuilding enthusiast, you know, because it gives good aesthetics. You're gonna, especially with a pump and a gym lighting and that, you're gonna look great. You know, you're gonna have definition. You're not gonna look soft. You're gonna have some veins, some striations going, but it's not lean enough so that you're like suffering, losing sleep, or being in a bad mood, or having low sex drive. And yeah, I did lose a little bit of strength towards the end, but that's just compared to like, because you know, if I would have been fat at 100 kilos, I would have been even stronger there. But as you see, it's lean, but not too lean so that it like becomes a problem to maintain. You know, if you're, as long as you're not a food addict and you're into this lifestyle, you know, it's very maintainable. Um, yeah, and so now I'm gonna, because I have been experimenting off this year. I said like slightly different goals with my training than I've had for a while, and I'm gonna keep doing that for a while. It's just now I'm not cutting. I'm not necessarily starting to eat in a certain. I'm just gonna eat intuitively now, like you know, right around maintenance. Gonna be a little bit lower on some day, a little bit higher on some day. I'm gonna experiment a bit more because I'm actually that was the thing. I never did like a dedicated like I'm bulking this year. And so I'm really looking forward to, at the end of the summer, go on a real bulk again, go like, and I'm gonna start a bodybuilding arc, as in I've of course been on a bodybuilding arc for like almost 5 years now, but I mean for a channel a bit, like I just feel like I love all the mindset stuff and philosophical stuff and spiritual stuff, and that's always going to be part of the channel. But when it comes to the lifestyle stuff, like the training is so much more interesting to me than like fasting and diet. It's important, and like I'm a nerd with it for myself. I think about it a lot, but the training is the fun stuff, right? So I'm planning on doing more like actual dedicated bodybuilding content. So now for the last little under 2 months before I officially start bulking like that, I'm gonna be experimenting. I have a plan, sort of already, but I'm just gonna figure out some exercise. How does this exercise work? Whether I want to do this one or this one, you know? And then I'll do a sort of presentation for my my finished program when I start it. Let me just pause and see. Is there anything more I want to? Now, the only thing I can think of I want to talk about in a separate video. But one point I can say here at the end, you know, guys, it's not so, you know, bulking, when you're training like that, you know, you're gonna struggle less with cravings, hunger, you're gonna be stronger. Like, it's more fun than cutting. But some people struggle with the gym too, of course. But, you know, cutting, it's not as fun. But I would like, my point here is, I notice, like with clients I work with, but also people I just talk with, you know, so many people come from sort of a negative perspective with all of this, you know. I need to get rid of this fat, you know. I'm a fat loser. I need to lose this weight, you know. I'm so ugly. I'm so skinny. I need to put on. So it's like there's something wrong with me. I need to be fixed kind of mentality. But it's so much better when you make it a positive. Like it's again, it kind of touches on the subject I want to do a separate video about. But when I was doing this daily deficit thing, you know, I was often hungry. I often wanted more, but I could find some enjoyment in it. Like, no, like, it's not, I have to get rid, I'm fat, I'm looking soft. It's like, no, it's so cool to get to shape myself like this, you know, and enjoy. I still get to eat. Wow, yeah, I don't. It would be nice to eat much, but wow, am I enjoying the food I get to eat? You know, the positive perspective. Or if you can find more like, I love myself, so I deserve to lose the weight. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be strong. I want to do this for me because I deserve it, because I love me. It's gonna take you so much further than like there's something wrong with me. I need to be fixed. You know, think of it. It's a point I make often on the channel. Think of it, if someone else you have a relationship to yourself. You know, it's kind of as if you're two people. And what would you like it if someone else, your coach or trainer, was like, "You're a fat fucking loser. You know, you gotta change. You're so disgusting. We need to fix this wrong with you." Or if they're encouraging you and supporting you, like, "Yeah, I believe in you. I see what a great person you are. You can do this." You know. Then of course, sometimes when I will do videos, that's kind of general. You know, sometimes I'm a little aggressive or provocative. You know, because sometimes you need that to kind of wake up, but it can't be the constant driver to tell, like, to get a little smack in the face when necessary, sure, from yourself or from a coach, but it can't be like what the pedagogics, like the self-coaching or what coaching someone else looks like, to tell them how much they suck and they're terrible, they need to be fixed. No, you're already amazing, and that's why you deserve to get what you want. Losing the weight and putting on the muscle, looking amazing. Okay, I'm feeling amazing. Yeah, well, I guess that's it, guys. So I'll go back to posting more frequently, and yeah, I still have here kind of a special coaching arrangement. I've taken a little break from my ordinary services and just had the one special coaching service for the just during the summer. Those that go on it will have a possibility to extend it too. But yeah, if you're interested, you can reach out on Instagram, send me a DM or email me, and I'll tell you how it works. And please subscribe for more content about fitness, fasting, losing weight, building muscle, self-improvement, stoicism, mental health, philosophy, spirituality, mindset. It is a mindset, guys. Do it because you're good and you deserve this, not because you're terrible and you need to be fixed. Okay, guys, peace.